Hello everyone, this is Dr. Hafiz Muhammed Usman Rama, and today we are live here from University of Oxford at Keble College. We are fortunate that we have current Federal Minister for Planning, Development and Special Initiatives, and we currently have URAAN Pakistan Conference that held today. And we have our Federal Minister, Professor Ahsan Iqbal. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. And I think this is the first time I have in my life ever seen that anyone who has been taken that kind of initiative to collaborate with the academics, scholars, young talent in the UK to contribute towards Pakistan. So, sir, I just wanted to ask a few questions regarding this inspiring initiative about URAAN Pakistan. So, what exactly URAAN Pakistan initiative is? Like how the Pakistani diaspora can contribute towards this initiative or get a benefit out of it?
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to speak to you. And today we had a very successful URAAN Pakistan Conference at Oxford University, in which leading academicians, experts, professionals, and students of Oxford University participated. I would like to say that URAAN Pakistan is not any new initiative. It is a continuity of the same spirit and work that we started earlier under Vision 2010, which unfortunately was discontinued due to political change. Then we restarted that journey in 2013 with Vision 2025. Unfortunately, again, political events overtook, and in 2018 it was disrupted with a forced regime change. So when we again came back to government, we thought that while we are stabilizing the economy, we have to fix some of the very pressing challenges that Pakistan faces. We also have to develop new capabilities and fix the structural problems that have developed in our economy over last several decades to ensure that Pakistan now has a sustained long-term growth trajectory. Because in 22 years, we will be celebrating a centennial of our independence in 2047. And I think it is very important that we win competition for development just as we won Marka Haq. We must also win Marka Taraqi in our region. And therefore, this requires a serious, dedicated effort and a roadmap. You cannot go on any journey without having a destination. So URAAN Pakistan gives us a destination that by 2035 we must become a $1 trillion economy, and by 2047 we should aspire to be at least a $3 trillion economy, as well as we must become a nation that is proud of its centennial, that stands with dignity before other nations, that it has done full justice with its 100 years of independence. Now, to do that, we first carried out a diagnostic study that what are the major challenges and problems that Pakistan faces, why we have not been able to sustain a long-term growth. On one side, there is the challenge of ensuring stability and continuity of policies, and also peace in the country, which will enable an ecosystem that will allow our plans and policies to fully mature as well as give results. But then on the economic front, we have some major structural challenges. For example, we have not been able to follow path of export-led growth. That has been a major impediment in our sustained growth. Similarly, we face the challenge of digital revolution that the whole world is now facing. Artificial intelligence and other emerging sciences are changing the whole way we work, we produce in economy, or we learn. Everything is changing. So how fast do we embrace this technology revolution will decide how far can we go. So the second element of URAAN Pakistan is enabling Pakistan to be ready for the new technology revolution. The third element of URAAN Pakistan relates to our vulnerability to environment and climate change, as we are one of the top 10 countries. So, how do we ensure that we will meet the need of food security for our people? We will have water security in wake of this climate change threat that we are facing. The fourth component of our plan is to ensure that Pakistan has affordable energy through an efficient system of energy generation and distribution, as well as we make a transition to green energy to avoid the burden of imported fuel. And last component of URAAN Pakistan relates to, in my opinion, the most important sector, that is the social foundations of development, whether it is education, it is health, it is population growth, and empowerment of women and youth and the marginalized in our society, and building a strong ethics and values based society. So that is the fifth pillar. So this, all in all, is an integrated plan where each E reinforces the other E, but also it plugs the gaps that are present in our socio-economic platform. So by plugging these gaps, we will then ensure that Pakistan has a strong foundation for long-term growth. Now, each of these goals have been translated into sectoral plans by all the ministries. We have translated them into KPIs, which we are monitoring, and we hope to realize these goals through concerted effort of not just the government and the provinces, but of the whole nation, because this is a plan which is aspirational. This is a plan which is about future of Pakistan. It does not relate to any one government.
Yeah.
It belongs to the whole nation, the entire nation. And one of the very important resource of our Pakistani nation is Pakistani diaspora. At the leading edge of knowledge and area of work wherever they are working. So their experience and their role is very critical for Pakistan to bring innovation into Pakistan, to set up collaborations with global networks that will bring new knowledge, that will bring new capacities in Pakistan. Likewise, many overseas Pakistanis have really succeeded in business. They can be important players to ensure that Pakistan can promote its products in their markets, because export is a major target that we want to achieve. I would rather say that every Pakistani living abroad should become a salesperson for Pakistani products. How can he or she enable more made in Pakistan products in their countries? Similarly, we also hope that through them we can have investments in Pakistan and social sectors and industry to give Pakistan strong industrial base. They can have joint ventures in Pakistan. There are number of opportunities where they can contribute. And let me also say that if you look at the success stories of recent past, whether it is China, it is Malaysia, it is Singapore, it is our neighboring country, Vietnam, the diaspora in each of these countries has played a very critical role. They have played the role of a catalyst. Yeah. They've brought home new knowledge, they've brought home new ideas, they've brought home investments, and they have been a catalyst for fast tracking the whole development process. So I think Pakistan is blessed to have a very talented diaspora in UK, and the very purpose of our conference in Oxford University to deal with representatives of our diaspora from different areas and sectors was to create a strong bond linkage with our experts here in UK, and to create pathways through which they can contribute towards development of Pakistan.
Yeah, thank you. Like you mentioned, sir, and you also mentioned in your presentation, and you most of the time in Birmingham, I was there with you. You were talking to Pakistani diaspora, and you were talking about Vietnam, which has a like export-led model. As recently, World Bank reported that Pakistan growth model is a bit different, and we have a consumption-led growth model. So, what measures actually under your leadership URAAN Pakistan is going to take that this program will continue and will survive for the next 10 to 20 years? That's the certainty.
You see, the
we wanted.
first change that we have brought is that we are moving away from the old doctrine of import substitution to export-led growth.
Yeah.
So what we are now aiming for is that we will diversify the portfolio that we have for exports. We today are more dependent on textiles exports than we were 20 or 30 years ago.
Yeah.
So we have not developed our other sectors. So we are now focusing on 8 drivers for export. One is agriculture, to have value-added agriculture in the country. Recently, Prime Minister sent 1,000 agriculture scientists to China to get training in the modern technology applications in agriculture sector. So we go to value-added agriculture. Second is industry. We have huge and I think very respectable manufacturing base. Unfortunately, we have not developed them as clusters of world class. For example, Wazirabad produces cutlery.
Yeah.
Why cannot that cutlery be world class and we can become major supplier of cutlery for all over the world?
Even rice.
We have in Sialkot cluster for surgical goods. Many of our producers just produce for OEMs and they just supply them and the OEMs put their seal on the products and make margins. Why cannot we have our own brands to have high quality, high value products? Likewise, in Gujranwala, in other places, we have clusters of ceramics, of sanitary equipment. In Karachi, we have a lot of industry. We have marble, world-class marble. Why cannot we make it high quality marble like it is produced in Italy or Vietnam by adopting new methods for cutting? We are still using explosives in marble mines in which we almost destroy 60% of the value. Yes. So now what the focus is that we must focus on these products or endowments that we have and develop a value chain based concept for developing cluster to its high value. And I think this will take time, and this has been the sad part that every time we have started this journey, we got disrupted in the past. And I hope this time we will move forward with more stability, because there is realization in Pakistan among all the pillars of the state that Pakistan needs stability than anything else. Yeah. It is only through stability that we will grow strong. It is only through stability that our economic policies will yield results. It is only through stability that we can withstand the shocks that are there in the external environment. So therefore, by diversifying the exports, moving towards value-added sector, by having geographic diversification in our markets. China is one example. We have great relations with China. China imports 2,000 billion worth of dollars worth of imports every year. $2 trillion. And you know what is our share? Just $3 billion. So we ignored China market for whole life because we were not having an economic orientation. Yeah. We just had political, diplomatic relations. So the world has changed. Now it is the economics, it is the trade, it is commerce that defines the strength of relationship between any country. So now we are shifting and we are trying to have greater access in China market and try to take advantage. It's next door, our great friend. Similarly, with Europe, with UK, with USA, we have trade, but there is huge opportunity to double, triple the exports that we can send to these markets. So that is where we are working very closely with the private sector. And one important challenge is compliance with the sustainability. We have to also upgrade our production, and our private sector has to adopt international certifications and compliances so that they remain in business. Otherwise, as you know, that the world is becoming very sensitive to sustainability issues, and if we do not comply, our exports will have serious consequences. So we are very actively working with the private sector to make sure that our products are also compliant with the international standards.
Yeah, that's true. And the main 5E framework, you rightly mentioned about environment, climate change. And we have witnessed from UK that your district, Narowal, is mostly affected. The whole Punjab, because in 2022 it's mostly Sindh and Balochistan, but this time that devastation was very heavily towards Punjab. And thank you so much, sir. You were there to support your people, our people, and it's really appreciated. And now we are in two programs with IMF. So they also give us now fund sustainability program as well. So how do you see this can be fit, and how will you ensure that this will utilize properly to the affected people?
Yeah, first of all, let me say that on climate change, the world has double standards. The countries which have caused climate change are not taking responsibility for the damage they have caused. For example, in 2022, we faced serious consequences out of one of the worst climate disasters in recent history. There was $30 billion loss and damage to Pakistani economy. But what did we get in return? Nothing, just $500 million, and remaining was just loans. And that too, not new loans, but repurposing the already approved loans from the multilateral institutions. So the world has billions of dollars and trillions of dollars to fight wars, but it has no money to help countries like Pakistan, which are vulnerable due to climate change, and their people are suffering. It's not just floods. We will have sometimes drought conditions. Sometimes we may have very high temperatures. We also face the serious challenge of glacier meltdown, because Pakistan is the third pole of the world. Our glaciers are the third pole after North and South Pole, and they are melting due to the rise in temperatures. So there is no, unfortunately, appetite in the international community to help countries like Pakistan. So we have to depend on our own resources, and we have to do our own preparedness to meet with these challenges. And you can see that how Pakistani government and society and state are preparing to face these challenges. For example, if you look at the most recent flooding in Punjab, which was very devastating, but not a single life was lost because that person could not be rescued. So whatever loss of life took place, it was, either through that person's own mistake, or, unfortunately, the roof fell due to the flood damage or whatever. But there was no single incident where people could not be rescued in time. And that shows the new capacity we have in our rescue and relief operations to face such emergencies. So this is, I think, one sign or one indicator that we are developing our own indigenous capability to deal with disasters. Similarly, after the flood, we were able to provide a better health cover to people. There was no outbreak of any disease, which is normally very common after such massive floods. Now government is helping people to rebuild their houses, also helping the farmers to stand on their feet and do better harvest for the next crop, all by provincial government's own resources or federal government's own resources. So we must learn to live by our own resources, but for that we need to grow, and we need to grow fast so that we have more resources at our disposal.
Yeah, thank you. And one last question, because we've taken a lot of time. You mentioned in your presentation that you're focusing on academic collaborations with the UK universities, US universities. So I'm actually leading the partnerships and apprenticeships within the Department of Accounting, Finance and Economics at Birmingham City University. So I'm just taking this interview as an advantage. And so I just wanted to have your take. So what kind of facilitation as a minister you are going to provide the UK universities to come to Pakistan? And they are really keen in transnational education, where students in Pakistan, they actually study there if they can't afford to come to UK, and they are happy to offer them their degree, and also give them a collaboration in research collaboration and teaching collaboration. So I just want you to have some thoughts on it, what kind of support we can get.
In our previous government, we started several knowledge initiatives. One was US-Pakistan Knowledge Corridor. Other was UK-Pakistan Knowledge Gateway. And idea of this program was to promote collaboration between Pakistani and UK universities. This involves various initiatives. It involves capacity building. It involves more opportunities for our researchers to come and do research at top UK universities. It also offers UK universities to come and open campuses in Pakistan, and government is encouraging foreign universities to open campuses in Pakistan. So I think not just that they can open campus, but also there is a great potential in undertaking joint research programs. And I'm seeing that many innovative programs are being developed. Some UK universities are now recruiting PhD scholars who are required to do their fieldwork in Pakistan. And the advantage of such programs is that their PhD is actually addressing one of our own problems, Pakistan's problems. So therefore, that PhD experience and knowledge is very much relevant to our own context, and Pakistan can take benefit rather than any PhD scholar does his or her research on a problem that is of UK's interest or Europe's interest. They cannot then relate that solution to Pakistani context. So I think we need similar programs where our researchers and scholars can apply their talent, their expertise to fixing Pakistan's problems. And we are in our higher education for our own universities also now making a very conscious effort that research for the sake of research should be discouraged. We must have applied research. We must have research that has application for Pakistan's economic development, that has relevance to our economic agenda, that has potential to commercialize, that has potential to produce startups. So that is the alignment that we seek between scholarship and the economy. They must be aligned rather than professors just writing their impact factor general articles to decorate their own CVs.
Yeah.
They must decorate with their research economy of Pakistan with new products, with new patents, with new commercialization of ideas that has a direct impact on Pakistan's economy.
And sir, lastly, if you could kindly share with our audience that recently we have successfully got engagement with University of Cambridge and Quaid-e-Azam University, they got an MOU, and also you engaged with Minister of Trade. So what kind of things we are expecting?
Yeah, last year I visited University of Cambridge and we discussed an idea that we were interested in setting up an advanced material science institute in Quaid-e-Azam University. So I visited Material Science Department of Cambridge University and requested them for collaboration. So I'm very happy to report that within 1 year, we have translated that initial discussion into a tangible outcome, and we signed an MOU yesterday, where University of Cambridge will collaborate with us to help us set up this advanced material science institute in Qaid University. It will involve exchange of faculty. It will also involve exchange of expertise and common research, and as well as we have now MOU with Cambridge Enterprise, whose job and whose strength is in commercializing the research ideas of the faculty. So we also, under our science, technology, engineering for development initiative, are trying to align the research that takes place in our higher education institutions with our industry needs. So I think that collaboration will be very valuable, and it will help us align our academia, our universities, and our research institutions with the needs of the market, and there'll be greater impact of the research on Pakistan's economic development.
Yeah. Thank you so much,
Thank you
sir,
very
once again for joining us today. And we really appreciate that you have taken your time. And I think I have never seen in my life a federal minister has been sitting since morning until now. We are 5:45 right now, and you have been listening to the youth, like academics and business community, and this is very, very appreciated, and really grateful.
Let me just say, listen, we are at an inflection point.
Yeah,
You never achieve great results without extra effort.
absolutely.
We all need to put in that extra effort. If today our armed forces are fighting terrorists with their lives on stake and sacrificing their lives, we must also have the same spirit to work for our country and see that what can we do, how can we pay back, and what value can we create for our country. And if we want to move forward, or if we want to develop at an accelerated pace, then that pace will only come if we make extra effort.
Absolutely.
Mediocrity will only give medium type results. But if you want excellent results, you have to make extra effort. So it is our duty. I mean, it's nothing special.
sir.
It is my duty to
As
work
you always
as
say,
much as I can.
As you always say, think big.
Yeah.
So I think this is for the audience as well. You know, if you
Think big and act big then.
Absolutely. So if you really want to contribute for Pakistan, beyond that, whether you are from one party or other party, if you want to contribute to Pakistan, join Minister Planning, and he is very supportive. The whole team is very supportive, and I think that's the best approach to
One message to diaspora also.
Yeah.
I again say, I repeatedly say, we are a family.
Absolutely.
Pakistan is a family. Every family has problems. But when you have problem in a family, you discuss your problems inside the family, you solve your problems inside the family. You don't go out and advertise and put posters of your problems in the markets or in the chalks, or out to tell outside world that how bad you are at your home. Everyone tries to cover their family's weakness, and everyone when they go out, they try to promote goodwill of their family.
Absolutely.
So, we must also understand that, if we try to fight our internal battles on the streets of UK, we are not damaging anyone. We are only damaging ourselves. We are only debranding our own country.
Absolutely.
So outside Pakistan, we should all be Pakistanis. And we should try to speak good things about Pakistan, because if we are not going to be the brand ambassadors of Pakistan, who is going to be the brand ambassador of Pakistan? You expect Indians to promote Pakistan? If Pakistanis will not promote Pakistan. So outside Pakistan, we should have only one identity, that is to be a proud Pakistani. When we go back to Pakistan, yes, we can wear different caps, we can have our political affiliations, we can have our differences. But once we leave Pakistan, we should leave our differences at the airport and come out only as Pakistanis.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.